Welcome back. You're right on time. If you're new here, my name is Galleon, a fellow watch enthusiast, and I aim to make your next watch purchase the right one for you and your loved ones. And today, we're looking at a watch that, if I'm being honest with you, isn't something I typically go for, but there's a little bit of a story. I was helping a colleague to find a Cartier Tank to mark a special occasion for her, and as I explored the various options, this particular one caught my eye. And before I knew it, well, here we are. Say hello to the Cartier Tank Anglaise, which you can see here. In two-tone, reference W310036. If you're considering a Cartier Tank and thinking about gifting one, this might just be the one for you. A quick note before we start, I'm approaching this review a little bit differently than I usually do. It'll be a combination of perspectives of this watch as a fashion accessory, or, first and foremost, and a watch second. You won't really hear me harping on technical details and specifications, so do keep that in mind. That's it. Let's dive straight into the Anglaise. The Cartier Tank isn't just a watch. It's a cultural icon. First designed in 1917 by Louis Cartier, inspired by the Renault tanks of World War I, it quickly became synonymous with refined, understated style. Fast forward to 2012, Cartier introduced the Tank Anglaise, a fresh take on the classic. Anglaise means English and French, and while this watch won't teach you how to pronounce Worcestershire sauce correctly, it does bring a bold, modernized twist to the Tank lineup. The biggest difference? The Anglaise softens the Tank's traditionally sharp, angular lines. The case is more fluid, the edges more rounded, and the signature crown is tucked neatly into the case itself. It feels more sculpted, more seamless, and, dare I say, more feminine compared to the classic Tank Louis or Tank American. If the original Tank is a tailored power suit, the Anglaise is a flowing silk dress. Elegant, effortless, and luxurious. So what makes the two-tone Cartier Tank Anglaise special? Cartier has taken the Tank's timeless DNA and given it a blend of stainless steel and 18K rose gold. The result? A perfect balance of classic elegance and modern versatility. The polished bezel and bracelet links shimmer just enough to catch the light without screaming for attention. It's a watch that whispers luxury rather than shouting about it. And then there's the signature circular grain crown, set with a blue spinel, a refined Cartier touch that adds a hint of contrast and sophistication. Now, let's talk size. Because as much as aesthetics do matter, wearability is ultimately everything. This watch comes in at 23.5mm in case diameter, including the crown, a 30mm lug-to-lug measurement, and a case height of just 7mm. Translation? It's sleek, subtle, and disappears effortlessly under a cuff. The curved case hugs the wrists beautifully, making it exceptionally comfortable for all-day wear. And because it's two-tone, it plays well with both gold and silver jewelry. So whether you're dressing up or keeping it casual, it'll fit right in. Compared to the sharper, more rectangular Tank Louis that lends itself well to being worn by both men and women alike, the Anglaise has a softer, more rounded presence, giving it a distinctly feminine charm, which I do think is its distinguishing quality. Of course, we can't ignore that signature dial and dial furniture that the Cartier Tank model line is renowned for. The dial of the Cartier Tank Anglaise is a masterclass in refined elegance, blending depth, contrast, and symmetry in a way that only Cartier can. At its core, the silvered guilloché center adds a mesmerizing texture, with finely engraved lines radiating outwards in a sunburst-like effect. Surrounding this is a rectangular frame, subtly reinforcing the geometry of the case while creating a visual separation between the intricate guilloché and the bolder elements of the dial. The Roman numerals, the Cartier signature, are elongated and gracefully arranged following the curvature of the dial's perimeter to enhance readability. They are framed by a delicate railroad-style pattern that adds a sense of precision and classicism to the design. Completing the look, the blue steel sword hands provide a striking contrast against the dial, ensuring legibility while adding a subtle pop of color that ties in beautifully with the blue spinel cabochon in the crown. It's a dial that doesn't just tell the time, it's also telling a story of heritage, sophistication, and enduring style. Inside, this reference houses the Cartier Caliber 057 Quartz movement. Now, I know some watch purists will turn their noses up at quartz, but let's be real. Cartier knows what they're doing. And, given the absence of a second hand, I'm personally of the opinion a mechanical movement will not be missed in this scenario. Quartz movements are reliable, require almost no maintenance, and, let's of course not forget, are often more precise than mechanical ones. If you want a luxury timepiece that you can just grab and go, this is exactly that. Originally, this watch retailed for about US $8,000, but here's the thing. The Tank Anglaise has since been discontinued. That means we're going to start seeing fewer of these on the market. There is a silver lining though. If you're looking for one, you can often find them in a good pre-owned condition for slightly less than half the original price. You might exclaim, isn't this a rather steep price tag for a mere quartz watch? As an absolute watch nerd that's into the engineering and artistry of watchmaking, that is clearly reflected in my own personal collection, plus the fact that I do not own a single Cartier. This is not something I would require nor recommend that you purchase. Now, having said that, I'm also likely not part of Cartier's target market. As a brand, Cartier make objectively well-finished, precise, and aesthetically pleasing watches. More jewelry and fashion forward in their marketing approach than being fixated on horology and spec sheets, as well as all the other fun things that a typical watch enthusiast would care about. So perhaps the more trendy among you might have a different opinion on this, which I'd love to hear in the comments below. If you're a lady looking for a luxurious yet practical timepiece, this is an excellent choice. It's refined but not overly formal, elegant yet versatile. It transitions effortlessly from work meetings to weekend brunches, and always looks impeccable. And if you're a guy searching for a meaningful gift, let me put it to you this way. Gifting a Cartier Tank is like gifting a Chanel bag. It'll be timeless, sophisticated, and guaranteed to please. So, what's my verdict on the Cartier Tank Anglaise in two-tone? It is certainly refined, versatile, and still carries the weight of Cartier's legendary design heritage and focus on Art Deco. Compared to the classic tank models, the Anglaise certainly leans even further into more sophistication, with its softer, more fluid silhouette, making it a worthy expression of elegance. If you're after a watch that blends timeless style with everyday practicality, this one's probably an easy win. But what do you think? Is this the ultimate women's dress watch? Is that hyperbolic? Or do you prefer something a little bit sportier? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Until next time, stay classy, punctual, and keep your watches right on time. I'll see you in the next one.